Hello everyone, myself Dr. Vinita Rathore. This is my second video on accessory digestive organs. In the first video, we have studied about anatomy, histology and functions of liver, and in this second video, today we are studying anatomy, histology and functions of pancreas. Pancreas. Pancreas is both accessory exocrine digestive organ and a hormone-secreting endocrine gland. It plays an essential role in converting the food which we eat into fuel for body cells. It is a duplex gland, that is, it has both exocrine and endocrine parts. Because it exhibits both endocrine and exocrine functions. As endocrine gland, it regulates blood sugar, and as exocrine gland, it helps in the digestion of food. Location of pancreas. Pancreas are located mostly retroperitoneal except for the tail at the second lumbar vertebral level. It extends from C-shaped curve of the duodenum, passes behind the stomach and finishes at the hilum of spleen. It is grayish pink in color and about 6 to 10 inches long. Its shape is just like a pear or a fish-shaped spongy organ which weighs approximately 60 to 100 grams in weight. This is the picture which shows the location of pancreas in the C-shaped curve of duodenum. It also shows various parts of the pancreas like head, body and tail of the pancreas. In the inset, you can see histology of pancreas showing pancreatic acinar cells and pancreatic islet cells. Gross anatomy of pancreas. The pancreas is divided into 5 parts, namely head, uncinate, neck, body and tail. The head is the widest part of the pancreas that lies at the right side of the abdomen, nestled in curve of duodenum. Uncinate is the part of the head of the pancreas that hooks towards the back of the abdomen. Neck is the thin section of the gland between head and body of the pancreas. Body is the middle part of the pancreas which lies between neck and tail. The tail is the thin tip of the pancreas in the left side of the abdomen in close proximity with the spleen. The pancreas has an extensive arterial system arising from multiple sources. The venous drainage parallels arterial anatomy. Multiple lymph nodes drain the pancreas. Neural functions is controlled by dual sympathetic and parasympathetic innervations. As we know, pancreas is a mixed type of gland, both exocrine and endocrine gland. So what is an exocrine gland? Exocrine glands are the glands which are provided with some ducts through which their secretions are poured out. So the pancreas is provided with pancreatic duct through which various enzymes are released in the duodenum, and therefore it is also called as exocrine part of the pancreas. Pancreas also acts as an endocrine gland because it releases some of the hormones, and these hormones are released directly into the blood. So endocrine glands are the glands which are not provided with the ducts and their secretions are called as hormones. They are released directly into the blood. First we will discuss about exocrine pancreas. Exocrine pancreas contribute about 97% of the total pancreatic mass. Its secretory units are pancreatic acini, There are two types of the cells present in these pancreatic acini. They are called acinar cells and centroacinar cells, which are also called as the ductal cells. These cells produce proenzymes for digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats with the help of enzymes amylase, proteases, and lipase. The function of exocrine pancreas is to provide digestive enzymes which are collectively called as pancreatic juice and then release these pancreatic juices into the duodenum with the help of pancreatic duct. Endocrine pancreas. Endocrine pancreas contributes 3% of the total pancreatic mass. The secretory units of the endocrine pancreas called as islets of Langerhans. The islets of Langerhans are having four different types of the cells, namely alpha, beta, delta, and pancreatic polypeptide cells. They produce two hormones, insulin and glucagon, which are antagonistic to each other, and they are responsible for the carbohydrate metabolism. In addition to insulin and glucagon, somatostatin is also released from the endocrine part of the pancreas. The functions of the endocrine part of the pancreas is performed by pancreatic islets. Histology of pancreas. The pancreas has a thin cover of loose connective tissue from which septa passes into the gland, subdividing it into many small lobules. Each lobule is again composed of several rounded or tubular groups of pancreatic cells which are called as acini. These acini are the exocrine part of the pancreas. Among the acini are scattered the islets of Langerhans, which are the endocrine parts of the pancreas. The acini cells form the parenchyma of the gland which secrete the pancreatic juice. This is the picture of exocrine and endocrine pancreas in section when it is stained with hematoxylin and eosin. This shows the pancreatic islets as well as acini. Histology of exocrine pancreas. The exocrine pancreas constitute major portion of the pancreatic mass. The exocrine portion of the pancreas is a compound acinar gland. It has many small lobules, each of which is surrounded by connective tissue septa through which run blood vessels, nerves, lymphatic and interlobular ducts. The two major components of the exocrine pancreas are acinar cells and centroacinar cells. The acinar cells secrete primarily digestive enzymes. There are 20 to 40 acinar cells coalesce into a unit which is called as acinus. The centroacinar cells are also called as ductal cells and they secrete fluids and electrolytes. The duct system. The duct system is the network of conduits that carry the exocrine secretions of the exocrine part of the pancreas into the duodenum. The exocrine secretion by the pancreas is controlled by hormones and by nerves. In exocrine pancreas, there are two types of the cells, acinar cells and centroacinar cells. Acinar cells. Exocrine pancreas consists of a single layer of 20 to 40 secretory units of pyramidal epithelial cells made of acini. The acini are pear-shaped groups of pancreatic cells. The connective tissue is very little between two acini. The acini cells rest upon the basal lamina. Each cell has a big basal spherical nucleus and one or two nucleoli. The apex of acinar cells is abundant with the secretory granules containing zymogen precursors of the pancreatic enzymes. The apical region of the cells shows irregular microvilli. The basal zone of the acinar cells contains endoplasmic reticulum and elongated mitochondria. The base of the acinar cell are strongly basophilic. The second type of the cells are centroacinar cells. The duct cells secrete aqueous bicarbonate solution. This figure is the enlarged picture of acini. It shows acinar cells which rest upon the basement membrane. Here we can see in the center lumen is there where the apex of the acinar cells is there and the basal part is present towards the basement membrane. Zymogen granules are also seen in this diagram which are present at the apex of acinar cells. The rough endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria are visible at the basal part of the acinar cells. The lumen of this acini is having a small duct and these ducts unite together to form a large duct and then ultimately to the pancreatic duct. Pancreatic ducts. The secretory products of the acinar cells is carried out by pancreas by a duct system as in other exocrine glands. There are two types of the ducts. The main pancreatic duct, which is also called as the duct of Wierza, and the accessory pancreatic duct, which is also called as duct of Santorini. The main pancreatic duct is the duct joining the pancreas to the common bile duct to supply pancreatic juice provided from the exocrine part of the pancreas. The main pancreatic duct joins the common bile duct to form hepatopancreatic ampulla. The second type of the duct is the accessory pancreatic duct, which drains a small portion of the pancreatic head and terminates in the duodenum as a small accessory papilla. It is derived from pancreatic bud. Hormonal regulation of exocrine pancreatic secretions. There are two hormones, that is secretin and cholecystokinin, which regulates the pancreatic secretion. They are secreted by the enteroendocrine cells into the blood stream. They regulate pancreatic secretions. The first hormone, secretin, stimulates exocrine pancreatic cells to produce large amount of watery fluid rich in sodium bicarbonate ions. This fluid, which has a little or no enzymatic activity, is primarily produced by the centroacinar cells in the acini and by the cells that line the smaller intercalated ducts. The main function of this bicarbonate fluid is to neutralize the acidic chyme, stop the action of pepsin from the stomach, and create a neutral pH in the duodenum for the action of digestive pancreatic enzymes. Cholecystokinin or CCK is the second hormone which regulates the exocrine pancreatic secretions. The CCK stimulates the acinar cells in the pancreas to secrete large amount of digestive enzymes. Various digestive enzymes are secreted, which are pancreatic amylase, responsible for the carbohydrate digestion, pancreatic lipase for the digestion of lipids, deoxyribonuclease and ribonuclease for the digestion of nucleic acids, proteolytic enzymes like trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, and procarboxypeptidase for protein digestion. Pancreatic enzymes are first produced in the acinar cells in an inactive form, and they are only activated in the duodenum by the hormone enterokinase, which is secreted by the intestinal mucosa. This hormone converts trypsinogen into trypsin, then it converts all the pancreatic enzymes into their active forms as digestive enzymes. Pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice is one of the most potent digestive juices. It is produced by the exocrine part of the pancreas. In humans, around 500 to 800 ml of pancreatic juice is secreted per day. It is alkaline in nature, having pH ranging from 7.5 to 8.0. This alkaline nature is due to presence of basic salts, namely sodium carbonate and disodium hydrogen phosphate, which are released from the centroacinar cells of the exocrine part of the pancreas. The pancreatic juice is composed of 98% of the water and 2% solid substances. These solid substances include some potentially powerful enzymes which act on proteins, fats, and carbohydrates so that these proteins, fats, and carbohydrates macromolecules converted into micromolecules by the process of digestion. Trypsin, chymotrypsin, and carboxypeptidase hydrolyze proteins into smaller peptides or amino acids. Ribonuclease and deoxyribonuclease digest the corresponding nucleic acids. Pancreatic amylase digests the carbohydrates. Pancreatic lipase digests lipids. Cholesterol esterase breaks down the cholesterol esters into cholesterol and a fatty acid. The second part of the pancreas is the endocrine pancreas. The endocrine pancreas, which is also called as islets of Langerhans or the pancreatic islets. The cells of the endocrine portions of the pancreas are arranged either in round to oval shaped areas rich in blood vessels known as the islets of Langerhans, or they may be scattered throughout the exocrine portion of the pancreas near the acini or the ducts. Humans have roughly 1 million islets of Langerhans. In histological sections of the pancreas, these islets are seen as relatively pale staining groups of cells embedded in a sea of darker staining exocrine tissue. Histologically, the endocrine part of the pancreas is made up of different types of the cells. The main four types of the cells are named alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells, and pancreatic polypeptide cells. The alpha cells. Alpha cells are located in the central part of the islets. They secrete glucagon. This glucagon elevates the blood glucose levels by accelerating the conversion of glycogen into glucose and conversion of amino acids and fatty acids. Beta cells are the cells which are present in highest number in the endocrine pancreas. They are located at the periphery of the islets. They secrete a hormone, insulin, which facilitates the uptake of glucose into the cells and lowers down the blood glucose level by accelerating membrane transport of glucose into liver, muscles, and adipose cells. It stimulates the synthesis of glycogen, proteins, and fatty acids. The insulin is antagonistic to the glucagon. It activates glucokinase in the liver cells. The third type of the cells are delta cells. These delta cells are located at the periphery of eyelids. They secrete the third type of the hormone, which is somatostatin. This somatostatin decreases and inhibits the secretory activities of both alpha and beta cells. The fourth type of the cells of the endocrine pancreas are pancreatic polypeptide cells. These pancreatic polypeptide cells secrete pancreatic polypeptide and stimulates the chief cells present in the gastric glands of the stomach. They inhibit the production of pancreatic enzymes and bicarbonate secretion. With this, we end anatomy, histology, and functions of pancreas. In the next upcoming videos, we will discuss about the physiology of digestion in the gastrointestinal tract.